Today, we're going to talk about Lake Como. Lario, another name for Lake Como, is the third largest and one of the deepest lakes in Europe, with a maximum depth of about 410 meters. Its distinctive shape, which resembles an inverted Y, is the result of glaciers melting and the erosion action in the ancient Adda River. Due to this phenomenon, the two southern branches were created, in the middle of which is the renowned Bellagio. One of the most beautiful landscapes in the world can be found at Lake Como, which is situated at the base of the Alps. You'll be surprised to learn about the variety of things to do in Lake Como if you plan to visit the Italian lakes. So let's get into it. The top 5 things that you can do in Lake Como. Number 5. The dreamy lakeside town, Bellagio. Bellagio is a picturesque lakeside town to visit and is tucked away on the western shore of Lake Como and is easily accessible by boat from Bellagio. The promenade in Bellagio offers one of the best views of Lake Como, and those who say so are not mistaken. Bellagio's entire coastline is breathtaking. Starting from Piazza Garibaldi, Bellagio's elegant lake promenade is the ideal location for a peaceful stroll past flower beds and vibrant homes. The upper part of the town still has a medieval appearance and is distinguished by stone structures, steep stairs, and small, winding lanes. As you enter the winding Via Stresium, you will see a charming bridge that spans the Sinagra stream, where you can listen to the waterfall below. Bas-relief by Vannuccini and a chapel honoring the Madonna of Caravaggio are also on the bridge. Even though Bellagio is calm and relaxing, sit in the square and observe the pace of life. There are a lot of things to do there and nearby. The town's many gardens make for enjoyable strolls. You can stop along the way to admire some of Bellagio's charming little churches, including San Stefano, 17th century, San Giustio, and San Carlo, each of which has a stunning bell tower. The ruins of a medieval castle that can be found above the town are also worthwhile to see. If you wish to roam around the oldest part of Bellagio, get to Via Castellino de Castello and stroll along the sizable perimeter walls that once surrounded the historic castle, which is now largely gone. It would be like hopping onto the time travel train. Number 4. Explore Como museums. You must spend some time exploring some of the museums that are dotted all over Como, another fun activity to do in the city. They amass miniature works of art and historical artifacts that demonstrate the city's historical significance. You will have the chance to view some works of art from the futuristic era, the Renaissance, and the Risorgimento. 2 amazing spots include the Como Archaeological Museum and the Giuseppe Garibaldi Historical Museum. It is the kind of place that museum enthusiasts will adore, exploring prehistoric history up to the Middle Ages. You'll be able to see a glimpse into the development of towns and settlements near Lake Como, because the majority of the exhibits are from nearby excavations. You might also find some artifacts from the ancient worlds of Greece and Egypt. In contrast, the Historical Museum of Giuseppe Garibaldi will guide you through Como's history while showcasing a variety of handcrafted lace, local Italian tradition exhibits, and information about the Risorgimento battle. If visiting museums isn't your thing, skip them and focus instead on strolling along Lake Como's stunning shoreline. Number 3. Pearl of the Lake, Bellagio. On the shores of Lake Como in Lombardy, there is a charming town called Bellagio that has a lot of character. The majority of Lake Como visitors will eventually end up here, since it is one of the busiest ferry stops on the lake. The town is frequently referred to as the Pearl of the Lake for its location in the middle of Lake Como, where the lake divides into 2 branches that face southeast and southwest. This is partly due to the town's natural beauty, and partially due to its location in the middle of the two branches of the lake. In the town of Bellagio, two villas and gardens are very well recognized. These are the Villa Serabolini, to the south of the center, and the Villa Melzi, to the north. The most significant of these gardens, which cover a sizable area above the town and contain a variety of highlights including plants, statues, small caves, and water features, are expansive and immaculately kept gardens of Villa Serabolini. The Basilica of San Giacomo, a 12th century church on the central Piazza della Chiesa, is the main church in the community. The church, which is in the Roman style and is notable for its bell tower and apse, houses numerous significant medieval works of art and artifacts. In and around Bellagio, one of the most upscale and pricey towns on Lake Como, you'll find a variety of boutiques, eateries, and hotels. Don't worry if you have a tight budget. Getting gelato and taking a stroll alongside the waterfront would still bring you enough joy and the feeling of being on an amusing vacation. Number 2. Como. Como, the largest city on the lake shores, is tucked away right on its southernmost point. If you're traveling from Milan, Como is probably going to be your first stop. Once here, be sure to visit the famous cathedral in Como. It's one of Italy's most famous Gothic and Renaissance cathedrals from the 14th century. And it's stunning. The impressive towering marble facade, which occupies a portion of Piazza Duomo, is decorated with intricately carved stonework and statues. Inside the church, you'd find the medieval rose window, an intricately carved main altar. Even better, you can ascend the dome of the Como Cathedral to get a bird's-eye view of the city, which is a beautiful sight to behold. Don't forget to look across the neoclassical Tempio Voltanio, a museum devoted to Alessandro Volta's creations. Tempio Voltanio was built in 1927 in commemoration of Volta's death anniversary. Some of the original equipment used in Volta's groundbreaking research is currently on display in the museum. After that, check out the Villa Olmo in the area, which has stunning gardens and an interior you can visit. Ramble up to Castello Baradello for some fantastic views. You'd be able to see all across Lake Como from these medieval ruins. Number 1. Varenna. If you want to take a quick trip to the Italian lakes, you can choose from several towns on Lake Como: Menaggio, Bellagio, Treviso, and Como itself. However, Varenna is the only place you need to consider if you're looking for a few days away in a picturesque location that is simple to reach. It would be an understatement to say that Varenna is breathtaking. It's impossible not to stop and take in the lake's beauty. You'd find small boats rocking back and forth, and mountains in the distance. More small boats that are available for hire are moored along the waterfront. People sit next to the lake, dipping their feet into the refreshing water, admiring the ducks playing and swimming nearby. Beautiful rustic homes and sizable cypress trees watch over them from terraces above the water like sentinels. Simply exploring Varenna is one of the best things to do here. Beautiful streets and tiny alleyways offer excellent photographic opportunities if you're looking for flooding your Instagram with vacation pictures. You really can't go wrong here, especially with the view of the turquoise lake in the background to give character to your photographs. There are many places to sit and take in the beauty of the surroundings as you watch the sun go down. And the sunset is quite magical here. So, when do you plan on visiting Lake Como? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, where to next?